when she walks like she should, but sometimes she doesn't do that. Then we get into a smaller calf, one of the smaller calves in the class, especially smaller than the next two. But I think a calf that is more correct and shows more dairy character, she's sharper in the shoulder, she's more correct out over that rump, she's more correct in that tail setting than the third place calf. Third and fourth are a pair of calves that are bigger calves, but just don't have the dairy character, the length of neck, and so forth. The third calf is just not walking on the hind legs as nearly as correct as the second calf. The third calf is a little longer in the neck than the fourth calf, shows a little more stretch to her. Then we get into some calves, the white calf leading out here, just a little thicker calf, and then we get into two young calves, close placing here, just don't have quite the body, rib, and legs as a calf ahead of them. Nice group of calves. Let's give the exhibitors a big hand for a job well done. I think it's a close placing here. I went with a heifer that I think kind of follows the type of my first place heifer, a heifer that has the length of body appears to anyway, and this follows type. The third heifer, you really have to admire that rib and depth of body, maybe not trailing quite as well on the hind legs as the heifer in front of her. Then we have a heifer just doesn't have the power to go with these three big heifers, just doesn't have that width of chest, that strength of body, and really a dairy individual calf. At a lot of county fairs, you'd like to start with a calf like that, but she just doesn't have quite that substance and strength to go higher today. Let's give these exhibitors a big hand too. Come in, and first time around the ring, I really like the second place calf. I like her long lean neck and her dairiness and over the first place calf. But when you pull them in line and get to analyzing this first place calf, when you get past that neck, she's a pretty good calf. She has that depth of rib, she has that spring of rib to her, she has that levelness of rump. She has the upstandingness, just a tick bigger than the other two calves. Would like to clean her up in the throat and that area, but just a pretty good calf. Then the black calf goes over the other calf because of the dairiness, the sharpness of shoulders, a little deeper in the body. But three really good calves, and you could place them about any way and give reasons for them, and I think the kids have done a good job. Let's give them a big hand. Three really good fall calves here. I'm going with the youngest calf in the class. She's end of January, I believe is what the girl said. But anyway, the heifer that I think just holds herself together a little better on the move. The heifer in second, you have to admire the upstandingness, the ribs, the body. I think a fairly close placing, but I think the heifer in second just doesn't have that strength behind the shoulders there in the crop region. Just kind of opens up a little bit more on the moves than the heifer ahead of her. Two really nice heifers. Then we've got a really nice heifer here in third. Just doesn't quite have the front end, just a little wider in the shoulders. Just doesn't quite have that style of the two ahead of them. But three really nice heifers. Give these youngsters a big hand too.
Placing first, Sabre Jackson. Second, Kaylee Baker. Third, Dylan Campbell.
Three really good calves here. I'm starting with late October. Both of them are late October calves here in the top end. Just a well-grown heifer, just a big heifer. Not a lot wrong with her. Maybe I'd like to change the way she tracks a little bit on those hind legs at times, but just a big, powerful, strong individual. Then we get into a couple heifers that a little closer placing. I'm going to go with the bigger heifer just because we got this big moose here to start with, and I think she falls type. I would like to change the head and neck and stretch that neck out on the red heifer and give her that front end that the third heifer has here. But I think she has the advantage on the upstandingness and that depth of body to go over the black and white heifer here today. 3 really good heifers. Let's give those youngsters a hand too.
Placing first in the class, Rachel Jackson. Second, Dylan Campbell. Third, Sabre Jackson.
White heifer, I think she has the advantage when you get behind them and look down over her top. She's just sharper in that shoulder full in that crop region and just has more dariness to her than the black heifer that's just a little thick over the shoulder when you look at her from behind. Black heifer, though, you have to admire that length of body, that dariness that she has and that length there. 2 really good heifers. Then we get a heifer that's nice heifer, just not quite got the size and scale and the strength of the 2 heifers above. Let's give these 3 individuals a good hand too.
Placing first in the class, Alexis Wygant. Second, Zane Wygant. Third, Angel Thurman.